Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2013 Southwest Memorial Day Classic at Fitch Park. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network, and we're underway here on semifinal Monday morning. It's Memorial Day, and we've got a matchup here in the Upperclass division. It's the Gauchos Black against Yuma Diablos, and we're underway here in the first inning. And Austin Brakebill, the leadoff hitter for the Gauchos, as they finished second in their pool. That was pool number one. They went 2-1. The Yuma Diablos won pool number two, going 3-0. So the winner of this one will advance to the Upperclass championship game a little bit later on. And the ground ball foul on the first base side. So Brakebill, the leadoff hitter for the Gauchos, starting in center field today. And the next pitch on the way. And a ground ball over on the left side. That's grabbed there. And a throw to first base. And not able to pick it out over there at first base. The ball gets away. And it'll be a two-base throwing error to get things going here. Brakebill aboard on an E5. And he goes to second base. So the Gauchos put a runner in scoring position to begin the top of the first inning. And the batter will be Devin Ray. First a quick timeout, but Brakebill leads off in center field. Ray bats second and plays second base. Dakota Solis, the shortstop, hits third. The number 4 hitter is the third baseman, Garrett Skillings. Roy McCoy is the extra hitter. He bats fifth. Sean Wagner is sixth at first base. The number 7 hitter is the catcher, Josh Cruz. Devin Fowler in right field bats eighth. Matt Hodgson in left field is ninth. And Joey Bunkoski, the pitcher, bats 10th for the Gauchos. Turn and a throw back to second base. And well, that one actually might have got the runner Brakebill. He got hit in the back of the head there on the helmet. And so he calls for a timeout. Matthew Valdez gets the start today for the Diablos. And the bunt on, and the ball bunted down the third base line, but that's foul. And it's strike one. We'll set the defense for the Diablos. Gus Nubis in left field. Matt Higgins plays center field. Josh Morales in right field. Kyle Analeo at third base. The shortstop is Irving Lopez. Bobby Mena plays second base. And it's Miguel Rodriguez at first. The bunt shown again. And bunted through this time, a strike, and it's 0-2. And Dominic Fatino catching Matthew Valdez. No balls, 2 strikes. Valdez with a send as he looks back to second base, and a pitch. And that one fouled off. Ray gets just a piece to stay alive. Bit of a breeze here this morning. We'll warm up in a hurry though, as the sun will break through just a little bit of light cloud cover. And another grounder foul when it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base and nobody out here in the top of the first. Set of the check back and the pitch. And a fastball is high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The set again from Valdez, looking back to second base, and the 1-2 pitch. And he'll miss outside with a breaking ball. And the count moves to 2-2. And all 4 fields going here this morning at Fitch Park. Semifinal games in the Upperclass division and the Underclass division. The winners from each of the semifinals, of course, will meet then for the championship game, scheduled for the next time slot anyway, as the next one is high. And so Devin Ray fell behind, no balls and 2 strikes, and now he's worked the count full. Three and 2 on Ray with Dakota Solis next for the Gauchos Black Ball Club. The 3-2. And a ground ball, first base side, picked up over there. And a cover at first base, and the out recorded. The runner moves to second base, so that's what the Gauchos were trying to do anyway, was move the runner up. First on a sacrifice, Brankville not able to get the bunt, or Ray rather not able to get the bunt down, but on a 3-2 pitch, grounds over to Rodriguez at first. Valdez covers, and the out recorded as Brankville moves to third base. So again, the results is what the Gauchos were looking for, as they get a runner to third base with 1 out. And now the Diablos will bring the infield in, and Dakota Solis at the plate. And Solis not going to waste any time here. A line shot into left center field. That's down for an RBI single. And the Gauchos are on the board in the first inning, an unearned run for the Gauchos. And Solis delivers an RBI single, and now he's aboard at first base for the Gaucho third baseman, Garrett Skillings. Throw to first and the runner back. The other semifinal going on. The Huskies playing Gauchos Red in the other semifinal. So the winner of that game will advance to face the winner of this one. Skillings hits from the left side. Valdez with a stretch. He'll check to first base and throw that way, and the runner back. A run for the Gauchos in the top of the first inning. Again, they went 2-1 in pool play. And the next pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. It's always an interesting dynamic, a lot different than what you see during the regular high school season as the travel ball tournament play starts. And the Diablos, for instance, coming from Yuma, I think most of them staying up here, and I think some of their roster is more local as that one has popped up. And I think that one's going to get back, and it does, out of play. So the runner took off. Skillings had a pitch to hit on 2-0 and foul it away. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. But the Diablos, for whatever reason, a little bit slow getting here today, and so you wonder if everybody's, warmed up. And I know their arms are, properly warmed up, but it's that idea of trying to get the blood flowing a little bit, and we'll see if it takes you a little bit of time to get going here. Valdez with a set of the pitch, and that's fouled off. Skillings just over the top of a breaking ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for the Gauchos in the top of the first inning. Now the set of the 2-2. Runner stays put at first, and the pitch near the inside quarter, a called third strike. So Valdez gets Skillings for the second out. And now the batter is Roy McCoy. McCoy, another left-handed hitter in this Gaucho lineup. And he's in there already as Valdez sets and turns and throws to first base. So now maybe the Diablos thinking the Gauchos will try to put a runner in motion here. We already saw him take off once before on a ball that got fouled off. But now with 2 outs in the inning, maybe they try to get him to second on a steal where a base hit could score him. He stays put, and they pitch over the outer half of the plate to McCoy for strike 1. 1-strike pitch. And that's off the gloves. It gets away and no throw down to second base. So wild pitch moves Solis to second base. And the count moves to a ball and a strike on McCoy. So the Gauchos not forced to try to send the runner on a stolen base attempt. Instead, it's to second base on the wild pitch. And now a base hit could bring him in. The run for the Gauchos here in the top of the first inning. Valdez trying to pitch out of further trouble as the right-hander looks back to second. He's going to throw back, and he'll throw it into center field. And Solis had a notion a couple of different times, but did not go. And I guess no harm, no foul there. One ball, 1 strike on McCoy, the extra hitter in the Gaucho lineup. And the pitch. Boy, looked pretty good. Down a little bit maybe, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Valdez ready again, looking back to second once more. He's going to throw it into center field again, and still the runner does not try to advance. But he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire first inning as Brakebill, the leadoff hitter, went down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes, then reached on an error, and there's been a base runner on ever since for the Gauchos. And look back to second base and the 2-1 pitch. And that's inside for a ball, 3-1. Three balls and a strike now, first base open, so I don't know that Valdez will want to completely give in here on a 3-1 pitch. And I think that one hit McCoy, so he'll head to first base, hit by the pitch, and that'll put 2 aboard with 2 outs for the first baseman, Sean Wagner. Day number 4 here in the tournament, Southwest Memorial Day Classic. This one got started back on Friday. Not all teams played on Friday, as that's a fastball over the outside corner to Wagner for strike 1. But it is the 4th day of the tournament going on here at Fitch Park in Mesa. Now the set, they'll look back to second and the 1-strike pitch. And that'll skip in there for a ball blocked by Fatino, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Even with the situation, Valdez still in a position to get out of further trouble here if he can get things taken care of and get the final out. And that's going to go to the backstop, and no chance here for Fatino. Another wild pitch. Now the count, 2 balls and a strike on Wagner, and 2 men in scoring position. After the timeout, back to it here with a 2-1 pitch. And Valdez comes back with a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. That's to the 1 and the 2-2, and a swing and a miss. So he pitches out of further trouble here as Wagner strikes out to end the first inning. In fact, Valdez strikes out 2 in the inning. It's an unearned run for the Gauchos. They get a run on 1 hit plus 1 error. A hit batter and 2 left. After a half inning of play, it's the Gauchos 1 and the Diablos coming up. Now the Diablos go to work here in the bottom of the first inning as Bobby Mena leads off and takes strike one. The 0-1 pitch. And that hits Mena, and the Diablos get a base runner here in the first inning. Hit batter begins the first for the Diablos, and it'll bring up the center fielder, Matt Higgins. So it's Mena, the second baseman, leading off. Higgins batting second in center field. Kyle Analeo, the third baseman, hits third. Irving Lopez, the shortstop, is fourth. The pitcher, Matthew Valdez, bats fifth. The number 6 hitter is the right fielder, Josh Morales. We'll get you the rest here after the first pitch to Higgins. Boy, he hammers a ball down the left field line, and it's going to be just out of play there as it gets foul down the left side, but that ball crushed by Higgins. And it's no balls and a strike. The rest of the order then for the Diablos: at first base, Miguel Rodriguez batting 7th. Dominic Fatino, the catcher, is 8th. Nico Kaklutis, the extra hitter, is 9th. And the number 10 hitter in the order is the left fielder, Gus Noose. Turning to throw to first base and the runner back. Interesting. You know, the setup's always different wherever you go to film from, and today at Fitch Park. It's nice that they've got the observation tower, which they use for the minor leagues during spring training and instructional league, rookie league, and so forth, as that ball is put in play over on the left side and no play for the third baseman Skillings. And so the Diablos get 2 aboard here in the first inning. Mena to second, Higgins at first. And the batter is Kyle Analeo. But it's nice to have the tower. You get the height here. You can get up off the field a lot better than what you typically get at, for a high school game, for example, where you're subjected to the situation there, and typically it's just a section of bleachers behind home plate, so we do get the elevation. Really the only downside is the poles that you see. It's a lot bigger poles than you're going to see in most places. There's a turn and a throw back to second and the runner back, and a heavier gauge fence, again because of the minor league games that go on here. Yeah, the next pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike. But, pretty decent shot here, especially with the strike zone and the batter's area and all that, so that's nice. And then we're able to get decent coverage on the first and third base, and then, of course, back at second there. That's a pretty good shot because of the opening in the fence. 2 aboard and nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. Diablos trailing the Gauchos 1-0. Winner advances to the Upperclass championship game a little bit later on. That ball punched down the right field line, but that'll be foul. And the count moves to 1-2. One and two on Analeo. Irving Lopez, the shortstop, next for Yuma. And a breaking ball. That one's fouled back and out of play. And we stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Koski with a set and a pitch. And another one fouled out of play. Down the right field side, we stay a ball and 2 strikes. The defense for the Gauchos, it's Matt Hodgson in left field. Austin Brakebill is in center field. Devin Fowler plays right. Garrett Skillings, the third baseman. Dakota Solis at shortstop. Devin Ray at second. Sean Wagner at first. And Josh Cruz catching Joey Bonkoski. And another one fouled out of play on the right side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Analeo has fouled off 3 different 2-strike pitches to extend the at-bat here. Trying to move those runners up. And there's a line drive into center field and caught in center, and a chance at a double play. That runner took off early from second base, and the Gauchos double up. Mena out at second base. Breakbill comes in to make a nice catch. And then once he secures that catch, he's got an easy play back at second base. Mena way too far off the bag as he was on the move, thinking that ball was going to get down. And he, really what it was, I think, because he was trying to give himself a little better chance to try to score in case that ball did get down in the outfield. And Breakbill just did a nice job to cover some ground to get to the baseball in center. So now 2 outs and a runner at first base for Irving Lopez. And time called. Starts as a promising inning, the first 2 aboard for the Diablos, but now a double play. Hurts their scoring chances here. The runner takes off, and Lopez slaps the ball the other way as he puts it into left field. Runner going to try for third base. The throw a little bit off the bag, and now down to second, and safe at second base. So Lopez with a single. Higgins gets a pretty good read there and goes to third base. Hodgson got the ball into third. Pulled Skillings off the bag, and as that throw went to third base, Lopez takes the extra base. Stays out of a forced play at second, puts another runner into scoring position for the batter, Matthew Valdez. And the first one to Valdez, the Diablo starting pitcher, is high for ball 1. 1-0 our score, bottom of the first inning. 2 in scoring position for Yuma, but 2 outs. And the next one high, 2-0. If Valdez is able to reach base, Josh Morales waits in the on-deck circle. And the 2-0 pitch. And that went over for a strike, and the count 2-1. Bonkoski with a set and the 2-1 pitch. And a ground ball over to third. That's off the glove of the third baseman, no play, and the Diablos get even here in the bottom of the first inning. Pretty hard hit ground ball, but looked like that should have been fielded by Skillings at third. It'll be an E5. And so an unearned run for the Diablos here in the bottom of the first inning. Each team with an unearned run now. And Josh Morales will try to add on for the Diablos. Lopez at second, and Valdez off for a courtesy runner, I believe, over there at first base. And it's Bobby Mena, the runner at first base. He's going to take off, and the pitch is high for a ball. So you can run with the last out recorded, and so Mena was the guy that was doubled up at second base, so he's the guy that's called on to run, and he promptly steals a base. And now the next one over for a strike to Morales. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. A run in for the Diablos as they have tied it at 1 here at the bottom of the first. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up first base side. Should be playable over there, and it is caught by Wagner in foul territory to end the inning. And the Diablos get an unearned run in the bottom of the first inning. They do it on a couple of base hits, one error, and 2 runners left on base after 1 inning of play. It's 1-1. Josh Cruz, the leadoff hitter in the second inning, takes a fastball for strike 1. Cruz, Fowler, and Hodgson for the Gauchos in the top of the second inning. 7, 8, and 9 in the order, but again, remember each team can hit an extra hitter, so both teams batting 10 today. The 1-strike pitch. Oh, that one looked pretty good, a breaking ball, but I guess maybe a little bit high. Looked as though the plate umpire started to come up, but stopped himself. The 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. Cruz strikes out, and that's the first out of the second inning for the Gauchos. Strikeout number 3 for Yuma starter Matthew Valdez. And Valdez starts Devin Fowler off with a strike on the outside corner. Fowler, the right fielder for the Gauchos. The 0-1. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. The ground ball, that's fouled off. Over on the third base side, hits off the front of the Gauchos dugout. And the 0-2. And a ground ball back up the middle. Fielded behind the bag, and the throw on to first base. Not in time. It's an infield base hit for Devin Fowler. The ball didn't scoot through quite as fast as I thought it might. Lopez, the shortstop, got over to it right behind the bag at second. Got rid of it in a hurry. Really did everything he could, but not enough to get Fowler going down the line. So Fowler aboard at first base with 1 out, and the batter is Matt Hodgson. And Hodgson going after the first one, a ground ball. Lopez to Mena out at second, on to first base. Not in time. So the Gauchos stay out of a double play, but the lead runner is retired. A 6-4 force of Fowler, and Hodgson aboard on a fielder's choice. So 2 outs with a runner at first. Top of the second inning, 1-1 our score. And the batter is the number 10 hitter, Joey Bonkoski. Throw to first base. Not in time over there. In fact, no tag applied as Hodgson had already gotten back to the bag. And the pitch to Bonkoski over for strike 1. Valdez with a set. And a throw to first base again, and once more, Hodgson able to dive back. The 0-1. And that's over for a strike and a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. And the ball fouled off. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Gauchos got on the board in the top of the first inning, an RBI single from Dakota Solis after Austin Breakville reached on an error. He came around to score. And then similarly for the Diablos, an unearned run in their half of the first inning. A fastball high, 1-2. In fact, they had an error in the inning. That one came on the play that scored the run. Had a couple in scoring position. Valdez had a ground ball over to third that was misplayed, and that allowed the run to come in. The fastball, that's up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first base in the top of the second inning. 1-1 our score. And the 2-2. And that's over. A called third strike, and that'll end the inning. Second strikeout of the inning in the fourth of the ball game for Matthew Valdez. And for the Gauchos in the second, no runs, a hit, and 1 left after an inning and a half. It's 1-1. First pitch popped up. And it's the second baseman, Ray, with a catch. Miguel Rodriguez pops out to begin the bottom of the second inning. And the batter is Dominic Fatino. Fatino takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Nico Kaklutis follows for the Diablos here in the second inning. The 0-1, and misses for a ball, and it's 1-1. Fatino back in there, the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. And that's hit over the head of the shortstop, Solis, and that's into left center field, a base hit. A 1-out single for Dominic Fatino. Kaklutis. You got a runner for Fatino over at first base, Miguel Rodriguez, who made the first out of the inning, back on to run. And the pitch to Kaklutis over for strike 1. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Diablos and the Gauchos tied at 1. The 1-strike pitch. And that's fouled to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Turn and throw to first. That's going to bounce and get away, and that will allow at least a chance here. And out at second base. Boy, a chance to get the runner Rodriguez out to second base, but instead he's thrown out, so they got a good bounce over there. Wagner, the first baseman, hustles to get that ball coming off the fence. And throws out Rodriguez, running for Fatino. And the next pitch high for a ball, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kaklutis. Got Snips next for the Diablos. And the 1 and the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And Kaklutis strikes out, and that'll end the second inning for the Diablos. No runs and 1 hit, no runners left after 2. It's the Diablos 1 and the Gauchos 1. Top of the third inning from Fitch Park, top of the order for the Gauchos. And it's ball 1 to Austin Brakebill. This is an Upperclass Division semifinal game. The 1-0 pitch. That's high, 2 balls and no strikes. Brakebill, Ray, and Solis for the Gauchos in the third. The 2-0 pitch. That's up and in, 3 balls and no strikes. That went over for a strike. Valdez maybe took a little off to get one over, and the count moves to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. And that's outside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk in the third. And the batter will be Devin Ray. Ray grounded out his first time up. Hits that one over the head of the first baseman, Rodriguez. That's going to get down into the right field line. The throw goes across the diamond to third base, not in time. And that'll put runners at the corners with nobody out for the Gauchos. Ray with a base hit. And Brakebill running hard. Goes from first to third on the play. And again, it's runners at the corners with nobody out for Dakota Solis. Solis had the RBI base hit back in the first inning as he takes strike 1. Now the set of the 1-strike pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And with runners at first and third, Valdez looking for a strikeout here. He's thinking strikeout and then a ground ball double play gets him out of the inning. But a lot of work to be done. The 0-2. And a swing and a miss, so he gets the first part of it with a strikeout of Dakota Solis. Strikeout number 5 for Valdez. And now we'll go after the cleanup hitter Garrett Skillings, who was called out on strikes in the first. First one maybe a little low to Skillings for ball 1. Valdez, the right-hander with the set on the 1-0. That ball hit well out to center field. That's going to send Higgins back, and it's over his head. It's going to roll all the way to the fence, and that's going to bring home at least 2 as Ray scores. And the throw comes into the infield. Stopping at third base is Skillings. Brakebill scored ahead of Ray. So 2 runs in, a 2-run triple for Garrett Skillings. And the Gauchos go back in front as they lead by a score of 3-1. Ball hit so well off the bat of Skillings out to center field. Higgins playing maybe a little bit shallow, but I think it's probably the right spot, based on a high school game in a major league dimension field. And that's going to happen sometimes. You have to give up the trade-off, or at least it's the decision the coaches make. You give up That trade-off there as that ball is hit out to left center field. Going to be a long run over to make the catch, though. The runner will tag from third base and score on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Roy McCoy. So McCoy with a sac fly, but it brings in Skillings. 3 runs in for the Gauchos in the third, and they lead 4-1. And empties the bases. Now 2 outs in the inning for the first baseman, Sean Wagner. And the first one to Wagner over for a strike. But again, you probably take away some of the balls that dink in there by playing the infield in or the outfield in a little bit more, and then you get a ball that gets over the head of an outfielder, it's going to roll for a while. And that's what happened there. The 1-1. That one just misses for a ball. 2-1. A 3-run third inning for the Gauchos puts them ahead 4-1. And the 2-1 pitch is a fastball high, 3-1. Three and one on Sean Wagner. Josh Cruz next. And a ground ball foul. Runs the count full. And a 3-2. And that's low, ball 4. Wagner walks. It's the second walk of the inning given up by Valdez as he walked Breakville to begin the third. And now Wagner on at first base with 2 outs for Josh Cruz. Cruz struck out to begin the second inning. And that ball hit down the right field side into foul territory. And of course we lose it there with that shade tree that's set up between this field number 2 and then the field next to us over there at field number 3. And the 0-1 pitch, that's hit into right field. And that falls for a base hit. And so another runner aboard for the Gauchos in the third inning. That's 2 aboard with 2 outs for Devin Fowler. Throw back to second base, close out there. But Wagner back. And a pitch over for a strike to Devin Fowler. Got a pinch runner in at first base as Joseph Montes runs at first. Breaking ball over the outside corner, a strike. And it's 0-2 on Fowler. 2 aboard with 2 outs, 3 in for the Gauchos in the top of the third inning. They lead Yuma 4-1. And the 0-2. The fastball, it's inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball foul. Matt Hodgson in the on-deck circle for the Gauchos. Look back to second base, the 1-2 pitch. That's high with a fastball, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. And misses outside, 3-2. And so now the runners will get a chance to take off. Wagner from second and Montes running for Cruz at first. And the 3-2, the runners go, and it's high for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. The first one to Matt Hodgson is high for a ball. Third walk of the inning given up by Matthew Valdez. Give up a walk and a hit, then got a strikeout to begin the third inning. Garrett Skillings with a 2-run triple into straightaway center field. And then Roy McCoy with a sacrifice fly cleared the bases. Was the second out of the inning. 3 runs had come in for the Gauchos, and now a walk, a single, and a walk. Load the bases for the Gauchos in the third. The 2-0 is inside. That one just about got Hodgson. And it's 3-0. Nowhere to put Hodgson with the bases full. And the 3-0 pitch. And that one nowhere close. Ball 4, and that'll walk in a run. So Wagner scores. It's a 4-run third inning. It's 5-1 Gauchos, and we get a timeout from the Yuma dugout. Playing in the top of the third, 5-1 Gauchos over the Diablos. And the first one to Joey Bunkowski misses inside and low for ball 1. And a 1-0 pitch. And that hits him, and that'll bring in another run. So Bunkowski hit by the pitch. Cruz's pinch runner Montes scores. And the base is still loaded. And it's back to the top of the order for Austin Brakebill. 5 runs in for the Gauchos in the third inning. They lead 6-1. And the center fielder, Higgins, coming in for the Diablos. I don't know if that's, I guess probably to get him loose. And so Morales goes to center field, and we get a new right fielder. That might be Michael Sapp, but I'm not sure out there in right field. So Brakebill led off the inning. He's the 11th hitter to come to the plate as the Gauchos bat around in the third inning rather. Brakebill reached on an error and scored in the first, walked and scored to begin this inning. He takes high and inside for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And that's fouled off, and it's 1-2. Like Dakota Ebarb running at first base for Bunkowski. And there's a line drive, but caught by the shortstop Lopez, and that will end the inning. 11 come to the plate for the Gauchos in the third, and they score 5 times. And after 2.5 innings, it's the Gauchos 6 and the Diablos 1. Gus Noobs leads off for the Diablos in the third. Took the first pitch for a ball, fouls the next one off, and the count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Over the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. The wind of the 1-2 pitch. High for a ball, 2-2. And a ground ball over on the left side. Bobbled, and the throw to first base, not going to be in time. So an error begins the inning for the Diablos, and we'll see if they're able to cash in. They've got some work to do here as they trail 6-1 rather. And they're actually going to give Noob second base. So I guess that throw must have out of play down the first base line. Again, we're screened out by the tree over on the right side. So the Diablos get a runner into scoring position. And it's back to the top of the order for Bobby Mena. Mena going after the first one, hits that one into right center field, but caught out there, and the throw goes to third base as the runner holds. Right fielder Fowler covered some ground out there for the Gauchos. When that ball came off the bat, I thought I had a chance to drop, but actually got there to make it look like a pretty easy play. And the pitch to Matt Higgins misses for a ball. The 1-0. And that's a ground ball foul outside of third base. And the count 1-1. Higgins had a base hit and scored back in the first. Check back to the second base bag there, and the 1-1 pitch misses for a ball. 2-1. The set and the 2-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, it is shallow right field. Fowler not going to get to this one. It bounces in front. Runner's going to try for third base. And now they'll throw behind over at a second, and throwing the ball around a little bit there. The Gauchos, but they give up an extra base in the process. Higgins with a single to right field. Noobs didn't want to make a mistake there. He already saw the arm from Fowler, so he was a little slow to take off from second base. He goes to third. Fowler tries to throw him out at third base, and by way of that throw going to third, Higgins goes to second. So two in scoring position with one out. Now Analeo. Ground ball, and that's through into right field, a base hit. The ball bobbled by Fowler. The runner never slows down going around third, and a two-run single in the books for Analeo. And the Diablos come back here in the third inning after giving up 5 in the top of the third. They've gotten 2 back here in the bottom of the third inning, trailing by a score of 6-3. Now Irving Lopez with a runner at first. And Lopez trying to bunt, fielded there, and a throw to first base. Safe the call at first, and Lopez able to leg out a bunt base hit. Three straight hits now for the Diablos in the third inning. Matthew Valdez fouls the first one off for a strike. Gauchos are going to get started with the bullpen activity. They got a big left-hander starting to get loose. The 1-strike pitch. And a tapper up the middle. Going to be trouble there, and it gets through into center field. The throw comes to the plate, not in time. And another run in for the Diablos as they come storming back here at the bottom of the third inning. They've scored 3 times, and it's now 6-4. And the first pitch to Josh Morales, high for ball 1. Baylor Giannini, the left-hander, throwing in the bullpen for the Gauchos. As a ground ball, that's through and into left field, a base hit. Runner waved around, the throw coming to the plate up the line, and it's an RBI single for Josh Morales. And it's a 4-run bottom of the third. Two aboard, only 1 out of the inning. And the batter is Miguel Rodriguez. And Rodriguez going after the first one, hits it down the right field line, but foul. No balls and a strike on Rodriguez, who popped out to Ray at second base his first time up. Turned back to second, the throw that way, line of the bag. Gauchos leading the Diablos 6-5 in the bottom of the third. The 1-strike pitch. That's high, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's popped up. And out of play. And they count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Rodriguez. 2 aboard with 1 out, 4 across in the inning for the Diablos. As they're back within a run of the Gauchos. This Upperclass semifinal. And a fly ball to the left center field. Brakebill, the center fielder, with the catch, and that's out number 2. Second out of the inning, runner's not able to move up. And the batter is Dominic Fatino. Fatino had a base hit his first time up. First pitch outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Next one on the way. And that's fouled off. I don't know if that got a piece of the plate umpire or the catcher. Went off the mask of one of them. So a ball and 2 strikes on Fatino. Bonkoski trying to get out of this third inning with the lead. Stake to a 5-run advantage going into the bottom of this third inning. But an error began the inning, a fly out, and then a string of 5 straight hits for the Diablos. Gets them right back into it, trailing by a score of 6-5. The 1-2. That's popped up on the right side. Wagner's going to give way to the second baseman, Ray, who makes the catch. And that will end the inning. But a good comeback inning for the Diablos in the fourth as they score, in the third inning rather, as they score 4 times. And after 3 innings of play, the Diablos trail the Gauchos by a score of 6-5. The ground ball begins the fourth inning. And Valdez makes a nice play to go up high and get that ground ball off the bat of Devin Ray. And a 1-3 putout starts the fourth. First one to Dakota Solis, misses for a ball. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, a ground ball, foul on the third base side. It's 1-2. Next one to Solis, low for a ball, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Solis strikes out for out number 2. Strikeout number 6 for Valdez. And the batter is Garrett Skillings. The first pitch misses for a ball. Skillings had that big 2-run triple back in the third. And the ground ball over to the right side. Chance for a pretty smooth inning. And Manna throws out Skillings, and it is a 3-up, 3-down fourth for the Gauchos. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Gauchos still leading the Diablos by a score of 6-5. Bottom of the fourth inning underway. And Nico Kaklutis takes strike 1 from a new Gaucho pitcher. As Baylor Giannini is on to pitch. Over a strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Yeah, that one crushed, but well foul. Nine, 10, and 1 in the order for the Diablos here in the fourth inning. Another 0-2 pitch. And it's fouled off again. Yeah, that one looked pretty good, and I think Keklutis might have thought it was a strike as well. It looked like he kind of took a half step toward the first base dugout. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2, not close. So Keklutis walks to begin the 4th inning. And then you think about it, how close that 0-2 pitch was, that even Keklutis might have thought it was a strike. And instead called a ball, and then that's the first of 4 straight that missed. Pitch outside, throw to second base, and out at second. That might have been a missed signal, missed sign there. But it caught stealing for the first out. Pitch a strike. The 1-1. And a swing and a miss. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Gus Noobs. That one close as the plate umpire again started to come up but stopped himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a ground ball, first base side, grabbed there by Wagner. He'll tap the bag, and that's out number 2. And you figure, the Diablos had it set up maybe how they wanted. They got a leadoff walk here in the 4th, representing the tying run of the ball game. At the bottom of the order, the number 10 hitter at the plate. And they were showing bunt. And so, again, it makes you wonder if it was a missed sign that they were going to try to get the bunt down, and the runner at first thought it was a steal and took off and shouldn't have, or if, in fact, they were just trying to straight steal to get that runner to second base. 2-0 now the count on the leadoff hitter, Bobby Mena, as he hits with 2 outs and the base is empty. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Bottom of the 4th inning, Diablos trailing the Gauchos by a score of 6-5. And that ball off the knob of the bat, and they count 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's fouled off. The wind and the pitch. And that one fouled off again. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Mena in the pitch. And another one fouled to the backstop. Giannini to the line and the 2-2. And a swing and a foul tip into the glove, and a strikeout will end the 4th inning as the Diablos do not score, and after 4, they still trail the Gauchos by a score of 6-5. And going after the first pitch of the 5th inning is Gaucho extra hitter Roy McCoy. Fouls it out of play on the third base side, and it's strike 1. McCoy, Wagner, and Cruz scheduled to bat for Gauchos Black in the 5th. And a check swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, a fastball high, 1-2. McCoy hit by a pitch in the first inning. Sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 3rd. The 1-2. And that's hit down the left field line. A fair ball. That's going to roll up against the fence. And stopping at second base is McCoy, a leadoff double for the Gauchos in the 5th. Now Sean Wagner, the first baseman. A base hit to begin the inning breaks up a little string of 4 in a row, retired by Valdez. That's the longest stretch for either pitcher or any of the pitchers today. Swing and a miss for Wagner for a strike. Sean struck out to end the first inning, walked and scored in the 3rd. Valdez with a set on the 1 strike, instead a turn back, but no throw to second. Now squaring early is Wagner. He'll get the bunt down as he pushes it on the first base side. And the tag applied, but the runner moves up. So a sacrifice off the bat of Wagner, 1 unassisted on the play as Valdez fielded the bunt and applied the tag himself. McCoy goes to third base, and the batter will be Josh Cruz, and that'll more than likely bring the Diablo infield in. Infield does come in on the grass for the Diablos. And Cruz takes the first one high for a ball. Josh struck out swinging in the 2nd. Singleton scored in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball. And Lopez throws out the runner at first base. The runner not able to advance from 3rd. So Cruz grounds out 6-3. McCoy has to stay at 3rd, and the batter will be Devin Fowler. And a swing and a miss for a strike on Fowler, who had a base hit. It was an infield hit in the 2nd, then he walked in the 3rd. Trying to get that runner in from third base. That's going to bounce in, and that might get him in. The ball's going to trickle far enough away from the catcher, Fatino. A wild pitch brings in a run for the Gauchos in the 5th. And with that run, they now lead 7-5. Fastball to Fowler up and in for a ball, 2-1. 2 out, space is empty, a run in for the Gauchos in the 5th inning. The 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a foul tip, a strike. It's 2-2. The 1 and the 2-2 pitch. And that's fouled out of play down the left side. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Devin Fowler. Matt Hodgson next for the Gauchos. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. A strikeout ends the inning. That's strikeout number 7 for Valdez. But another run given up here in the 5th inning as the Gauchos extend the lead. After 4.5, it's the Gauchos 7 and the Diablos 5. 2, 3, and 4 the order in the 5th inning for the Yuma Diablos as Matt Higgins takes a strike on the outside corner. The next one bounced in for a ball. It's 1-1. We've got the line for Joey Bunkoski, the starter for the Gauchos. He went 3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, but only 2 earned. No walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. The 1-1. And a ground ball first base side. Wagner with it. And over to first. And a leadoff hitter retired to begin the 5th. And Kyle Analeo for the Diablos. And the first one over for a strike. Analeo with a 2-run single back in the 3rd. A fly out in the 1st, 1 for 2. And a swing and a miss. Well, looks as though the Huskies beat the Gauchos red team over on field number 1 in the other semifinal. The ball is fouled off. And so the winner of this game will face the Huskies for the Upperclass championship. And a swing and a miss. So Analeo down on strikes, and that's out number 2 in the inning. 2nd strikeout for Giannini on in relief of Joey Bunkoski. And the batter Irving Lopez. Lopez takes inside for ball 1. He had a base hit in the 1st and a bunt single and a run scored in the 3rd. Fastball is high and it's 2-0. And the next pitch high and it's 3-0. Diablos down a couple of runs. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. And a swing and a miss, 3-2. And that ball hit well down the left field line, but foul. Three and two on Lopez. 2 outs and the bases empty in the bottom of the 5th. Diablos down 7-5. And the 3-2. And a fly ball to left center field. It'll be the center fielder Breakbill there for the catch. And decide to retire a 3-up, 3-down inning. In the 5th for the Diablos, we head to the 6th inning. Yuma Diablos trailing Gauchos Black by a score of 7-5. Matt Hodgson leads things off in the 6th inning. and takes strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Bounced in there for a ball, 1-1. Hodgson reached on a fielder's choice in the second and then walked with the bases loaded in the third. Part of a 5-run third inning for the Gauchos. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, fouled to the backstop, 2-2. Valdez still out there for the Diablos, gave up 5 runs in the third inning. Only 3 hits in the inning, but he also walked 4 and hit 1. Ground ball, that's going to squirt over to the right side, fielded, and boy, nice cover at first base. And a good play by the second baseman. I thought that was going to get through. Rodriguez dove for it and could not get it, but Bobby Manna, the second baseman, had to go a long way to his left to get to it and then give Matthew Valdez, the starting pitcher, a little credit. Heads up play to get over to cover the bag. And it's a 4-1 put out of Hodgson to begin the Gauchos' 6th inning. Now Joey Bunkoski. And I beg your pardon, it's Baylor Giannini batting for the Gauchos, and he takes ball 1. And next one bounced in there. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses high, 3-1. But Valdez definitely settled down the last couple of innings. A 3-up, 3-down 4th. As that misses outside. And in fact, he had retired 8 of the last 9 hitters before that walk to Giannini. To go to Ibarban to run at first base for the pitcher, Giannini. And it's back to the top of the order for Austin Brakebill. I mentioned he had retired 8 of 9, but one that he did not retire was a leadoff double in the 5th inning. A sacrifice moved the runner, and then they got him in. On a wild pitch. So Brakebill aboard with a runner at the plate with a runner at first and 1 out. And a ground ball. Manna to Lopez. And over to first, not in time. The lead runner retired 4-6 on the force at second base. A fielder's choice off the bat of Brakebill. And now he's on at first with 2 away for Devin Ray. Ray 1 for 3 today, had a single and scored a run in the 3rd. Pitch over for a strike. Throw to first and the runner back. A run in the 1st for the Gauchos, 5 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th. Runner goes, and the ball bounced up the middle, fielded by Lopez, who was there to cover. Puts him right in the right spot to field the ground ball on a 6-3 ground out. Ends the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Gauchos still leading the Diablos 7-5. Andy Valdez, the leadoff hitter in the 6th inning, takes strike 1 from Baylor Giannini. Valdez, Morales, Rodriguez scheduled for the Diablos in the 6th. The 0-1. And that's fouled back and out of play, and it's 0-2. Two-strike pitch, bounced in a ball. It's 1-2. Valdez reached on an error in the first, had an RBI single in the third. The breaking ball misses outside, and it's 2-2. Giannini right back up there and ready to go. The 2-2. Bounced in, 3-2. Diablos in need of some base runners here in the sixth inning, down a couple of runs. And a 3-2. And a high fly ball out to right center. It's Fowler over to make the catch. And the first down recorded in the sixth inning, a fly out off the bat of Matthew Valdez. And the batter is Josh Morales. And a ground ball out to short. Bobbled, picked up though, and a throw on to first. And that's in time. And the 6-3 ground out. Retires Morales, 2 away for Miguel Rodriguez. And the first pitch to Rodriguez over for a strike. Giannini walked his first hitter when he came in to start the bottom of the fourth. Since then has retired 7 in a row. The 1-1. Breaking ball near the outside corner. Looked like that might have been a little bit outside, but a strike, and it's 1-2 in the pitch. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Bottom of the sixth inning, Diablos down 7-5. The 2-2 pitch. And a ground ball foul. Two and two on Rodriguez. Giannini to the line of the pitch. That's low, a ball, 3-2. And a fly ball into center field. And that'll do it. In the inning, a 3-up, 3-down sixth. And we head to the seventh. The Diablos trailing the Gauchos by a score of 7-5. To the seventh inning we go in a semifinal game in the Upperclass division. A fly ball on the first pitch of the inning, and that's going to get over the head of Higgins and go to the fence. Dakota Solis going to try for third base. And he's going to be waved around. Here comes a throw to the plate. And it's an inside the park home run. How about that? Solis never slows down, going all the way. As that ball got over the head of Higgins. They had that double cut set up out there, and that relay throw not in time. So first pitch of the inning, and it's another run for the Gauchos, and they extend the lead to 8-5. Now Garrett Skillings takes ball one. Matthew Valdez still out there for the Diablos. Pitch number 118 hits Skillings. And he's aboard at first base. So 115 pitches through 6 innings for Matthew Valdez, and looks like that's going to be it. And we got a timeout playing in the 7th inning. Gauchos have added a run, and they lead by a score of 8-5. So a pitching change as Roy McCoy fouls the first one away. Matt Higgins on to pitch. And trying to get through the 7th inning without allowing any more runs. A swing and a miss for McCoy, and it's 0-2. Throw to first base and the runner back. Diablos have actually out-hit the Gauchos 8-7. But trailing in the ball game 8-5. Ball bounced in. That'll go to the backstop, and a wild pitch will send Skillings to second base. As the count goes to 1-2 on McCoy. So 4 semifinal games going on today. 2 upperclassmen semifinals, 2 underclass semifinals. And 3 of the 4 done. Ours is the only game still going here. Pitch fouled out of play. And we stay at 1-2. Winner of this game will face the Huskies. For the Upperclass Championship. The other one, I believe, features Sabercats Black against AZ Pro in the Underclass Championship game. I think that one's what's happening over on field number 3. That one coming up a little while later. Ball bounced in there and blocked by Fatino, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on McCoy with a runner at second and nobody out in the top of the 7th. And that ball fouled off. We've hit the 2-hour time limit right now, but obviously already playing in the 7th inning. So we'll finish out this 7th. Two and 2 on McCoy, who had a double and scored his last time up. And a ground ball foul on the third base side. Here's a look in now, the set. And the 2-2. And it's outside for a ball. 3-2 on McCoy. Sean Wagner in the on-deck circle for Gauchos Black. And the 3-2. And that's fouled to the backstop. 4 different 2-strike pitches fouled off by McCoy. Back to second, another 3-2. And that's a hard shot into right field, a base hit. Skillings waved. No, he's going to be held. Beg your pardon, I thought they were going to send him on around. Now the ball's going to get away. And that throw wide. And so the run is in after all for the Gauchos. Not quite how I thought it was going to play out, but they get the run in. So it's a base hit for McCoy. And then Skillings comes in. It's a 2-run 7th inning. And it's 9-5. And the first one to Wagner is low for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, fouled out of play down the right field side, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, high with a fastball, 2-1. Set on the look back to second base, the 2-1 pitch. That's over the inside corner, a strike, 2-2. And a ground ball over to the first base side, bobbled, and Higgins late getting over to first base. And Wagner aboard. That'll be an E3. McCoy goes to third base. And the batter is Josh Cruz. And Cruz lines a ball into right field, a base hit. RBI single for Cruz. Wagner stops at second. And now Cruz comes off for a pinch runner, Joseph Montes, running at first base. And we get a Diablo timeout, 3 across in the 7th inning for the Gauchos, and they lead 10-5. The first pitch high for a ball as we get a pitching change. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Irving Lopez on to pitch. Infield comes in. And a pitch over for a strike. And another one a strike, and it's 2-2. Fowler fouls that one out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three runs in for the Gauchos as they add a little insurance here in the 7th inning, leading 10-5. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. So Fowler strikes out, and the batter is Matt Hodgson. So Lopez throws left-handed to Fowler, now puts the glove back on the other hand and throw it right-handed to Hodgson. And a pitch over for a strike. The next one bounced in there, and it's 1-1. And a line drive and a base hit over the head of the second baseman, Mena, and that's going to split the outfielders and go all the way to the fence. Hodgson over to third base, and they'll hold him there. A 2-run triple. And the Gauchos have really blown it open here in the seventh. They score 5 runs in an inning for the second time today. And they lead by a score of 12-5. Now Giannini at the plate. He walked his first time up. And a ground ball, and that's a base hit. That's through into right field. So an RBI base hit scores Hodgson. Ebarb will run it first for Giannini. 6 runs in here in the 7th inning, and still only 1 out. And the first one, a breaking ball over the inside corner to Austin Brakebill. Runner back again at first base. The 1-strike pitch. Bounced in, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Laid off on a breaking ball, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That's bounced in. Runner's going to take off, and slow getting over there, late getting over there. Valdez, the new shortstop. And so another runner in scoring position. That ball actually bounced and came up and hit Brakebill. Three and one on Brakebill. And the pitch. The ground ball foul. It's 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. Valdez by the bag at second, throws to first, and that's in time. Runner moves to third base on the play, so 2 outs and a runner at third. 6 runs in for the Gauchos in the 7th inning. And they lead 13-5. And a breaking ball to Devin Ray over for a strike. Breaking ball misses, and it's 1-1. Next one outside, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. The ground ball over to the right side, a long way to go, but fielded there. And Amanda throws out Ray to end the inning. 10 bat in the inning, though, and 6 come across for the Gauchos. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the Gauchos 13 and the Diablos 5. First pitch over for a strike as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Dominic Fatino leading off for the Yuma Diablos. The 0-1 bounced in for a ball, 1-1. And a swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Next one just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Diablos have not had a base hit against Baylor Giannini. Just 1 base runner, in fact. Pitch inside, and it's 3-2. First hitter he faced, he walked. And the net runner was caught stealing. He's faced the minimum. And a fly ball out to right center field. Over to make the catch for the first out was Austin Brakebill. Now Nico Kakludis for the Diablos. Strikeout and a walk into at-bats, or 2 plate appearances. He was the first hitter to face Baylor Giannini. He walked, but then was caught stealing. The ball fouled back and out of play, and it's 0-2. A rough outing for Matthew Valdez for the Diablos, and he had a couple of pretty smooth innings, but overall, he threw 6 innings, plus faced the first 2 hitters of the 7th without recording an out. And there's a swing and a miss. Kalkudis strikes out for the second out. But 6 innings, 7 hits for Valdez. That's what he allowed. 9 runs, 8 earned. 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, 3 hit batters, and he threw 118 pitches. Michael Sapp will bat in place of Gus Snoops. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 7th inning. Diablos down 13-5. And that one looked pretty good. Called a ball, 2-0. And the next pitch high. And it's 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. And it misses for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter Sapp. Broke up a string of 10 in a row, retired by Baylor Giannini, and now will go after Bobby Manning. And the first one bounced in for ball 1. It's the championship game coming up next here in the upperclassmen division. Pitch over for a strike. The Huskies will come over to this field number 2, to face the winner of this one. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the set of the 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball might do it here. Ray over to his left, on to first base. And that will do it. A ground out ends the inning, and it ends the ball game. No runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left. And we go final here in this semifinal, the Upperclass division, as the Gauchos beat the Diablos by a final score of 13-5. And totals on the ball game for the Gauchos: 13 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors and 8 runners left. For the Diablos, 5 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors and 5 runners left on base. So the Diablos eliminated. The Gauchos advance to play in the championship game, where they will face the Huskies. And that one's coming up just a little bit later on here today. So that will do it. Again, our final, it's the Gauchos 13 and the Diablos 5. From Fitch Park in Mesa, Arizona, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we'll talk to you again shortly for the championship game.